Let's repair this electric chainsaw. The owner says that when he plugged it in and turned it on, it just like, it kind of worked and it sparked and it just came a lot of smoke out of it and it smelled awful. So here it is now, and let's repair it. On the bottom side here I got some towel because this thing is leaking oil everywhere. By the way, Hans Mattsson is not the owner. Here we can see some information. You should not put it in the rain, and you should unplug it when the wire is broken, maybe. Max 400 millimeter sword. So this one should not be longer than 40 centimeters or 16 inches. Yes, you need to read the manual and have a decent protection. Electrolux motor, maybe made in Norway, but it says Sweden over here. 230 volts, 50 hertz, 1800 watts. That's a pretty powerful motor. It doesn't look that big, so maybe the brushes are gone. And here you're supposed to fill the oil, which is leaking out everywhere. And here's the other side of it. It's not that heavy. It's like 3 kilograms or 7 pounds. And yes, it says Hans Mattsson on this side as well. Maybe he was the previous owner. Before we take it apart, let's turn it on and see if it does anything. Plug it in. It's running. It's not that bad. I can smell something. Smells really horribly. Let's unplug it again. Well, that's a pretty bad smell. So yes, let's take it apart and see what the problem is. Yes, let's begin by removing this nut here. Yes, we got a lot of sawdust here. This is not the right way to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. Yes, now the sword and the chain are removed. And this is directly connected to the motor. No centrifugal clutch here. And here's the screw that tightens the chain. I'm going to take the vacuum cleaner and clean this up a little bit. Yes, now it got much cleaner. And now we need to take this whole part here apart. It looks like this back part, this part here, will just come off by removing these 4 screws here. Where the cable attaches and the switch is under here. Some safety on the back here. Yes, there we go. There's the switch. It's unplugged. It's a bit hard to see, but the safety pin is here. So yes, these 2 screws are holding this part together. Hans Mattsson, why have you destroyed your chainsaw? Is it coming off? The whole part here needs to be unscrewed. You can see here it goes all the way. I think I even need to remove the handle here. Why am I even using this one? Let's go for a bigger tool. Screwed on the bottom as well. I hope I can get everything back together again when I'm done with it. Yes, handle is removed. Yes, I think I need to unscrew this whole part here. And these screws on the front here is a bit smaller. What about this one? Yes, you can see here, got these 2 screws here. And we got these longer ones holding the handle. And here we got even smaller screws for the back here. So quite good here to show how the screws are, so I can get this thing back together again while looking at the footage. Now I wonder if I unscrew it and removing it, will all the oil spill everywhere? Maybe I should have emptied it. Yes, when you open this lid here, always tilt it like this, and after that you should open it. Not open it like this, because now it spilled oil everywhere. Let's remove the oil from it. Yes, here we go. Yes, it looks empty now. So quite a bit of oil in there. I was almost done with it. It's one single screw left in here. How should I reach that one? Almost off. Let's remove this part here. Maybe that's what's holding this thing in place. Yes, here we go. Let's see if this helps anything. Here's the brake. You see a spring here. When you hit this forward, this metal part here clamps around this part. The bad thing with that is it will stall the motor and it can eventually get damaged. But rather damaging the motor than damaging your life. I think the bearing for this shaft here is inside here, and that is stuck. So I need to kind of wedge this part out of here. Yes, brute force, a wrench to knock it with, and it's removed. And now I can remove the screw here. Here we go. And by the way, we got a little micro switch here. This will turn off the motor when the emergency brake is deployed. Oh, look at the dark blackening here. Got a plastic gear. Here you can see the oil pump. Yes, that doesn't look that good. Yes, I need to remove the motor. Yes, here's the motor. We even got a little circuit board. And some chip here. PIC is some kind of programmable chip. Maybe some triac up here, triac, capacitor, maybe for a voltage dropper or capacitive dropper. Got another chip here, LM358, some kind of op-amp. Let's remove one of the brushes here. Yes, we still got some brush left. Could have been worse. But yes, I need to take this apart, clean the commutator, clean most of the parts here. Got two of these insect screws holding it together. You can see the nut up there. Yes, that one is off. Yes, the nut came out. Yes, now I should just pull it away from each other and it will came off, hopefully. The bearing is stuck. Yes, here we go. It's like pulverized brushes everywhere. It's fine dust. Yes, here's the armature. Yes, it's quite dirty. Need to go and like wash it. The brushes are good. They're not that bad. Oh, I didn't say that. Look at that one. That one is broken. Yes, that one looks a bit broken too. This is the worst one. The bloody camera doesn't want to focus. Yes, now I have cleaned them. It looks like a completely new motor. But still we got this problem with this brush here. The other one is not that bad, but they need to be like filed down a bit. And it's the armature here. I need to clean the slots between the commutator. Bearings are good. It sprays water everywhere. Still a bit wet. It's a pretty powerful detergent. It smells a lot of ammonia from that one, but it makes stuff clean. Here I have the brushes in the vise. You see here, this one is not that bad, but this one has some huge craters in it, so I need to file them down a bit. And I don't got that special tool that makes this curve on it, which has the same diameter as the commutator. So I will just make them flat, and over time they will have the same curve. It's pretty soft. Yes, that's better. There's a little crater left there, but it should not be that bad. Take a little round file here. So yes, that should be fine. Now everything is ready. The armature and the commutator are cleaned up. Same with this one. I use some Autosol to clean the commutator. And yes, let's put everything back together and see if the motor turns on. Yes, now the motor is back together. I'm going to plug it into the variac and see if it turns on. Yes, it's plugged to the variac. You see the voltage here. This is the lowest setting. Let's crank up the voltage. I think you are not supposed to run these serial connected motors unloaded. Yes, it feels like it rotates quite too fast with such a low voltage, which is up to 70 volts. And let's put the chainsaw back together. Let's connect the wires. I should have cleaned up this one a bit. This is a long one. Should go in here. What was the circuit board just flapping around in the breeze here? Yes, that's a bit strange. Not even a holder for it. I wonder if this heatsink gets energized. It looks so. The triac is directly mounted on it. But it can be an isolated triac as well, where the casing of the triac is not connected to the middle pin. So yes, I think I just can lift this over. Need to get the wires for the micro switch to not be crushed up anywhere. Now this lid is back on. You can see here leaking oil everywhere. I have to plug the wire back in. Attached some terminals. It should have some kind of strain relief here, but it didn't have any. The holes aren't even threaded. Maybe I've skipped that because it got this part here. So yes, now this part is together, and I could reach all the screws, but not this one. So I screw that one back in. I was almost done with it, and I saw that this part here just came off. Yes, here you can see the bearing here. Yes, let's try it again without messing up this one. Almost forgot the bolt here. Now this part is in place. Let's put the handle back on. It should be like this. Let's connect the brake parts. So there's a little ring in there. And this one. Followed by this actual brake. This little drive. And after that it was all of these things. Good as new. Let's check if the brake works. Yes, it's stuck now. I can maybe tighten the screw even more. Yes, that's nice. Yes, and released. There's a small opening here where the oil is supposed to come out. So that's still working. So yes, let's put this sword back on. Yes, it's not the right way to do it. Have the tightening screw in the right place. Yes, here we go. I think it's in. Now this chainsaw is ready. Let's fill the oil back in and let's try it out. I hope this little plastic tube is still in place. Yes, I'm not a huge expert on chainsaws, so I don't know how tight they should be. Yes, it should be like not so hard to rotate it, but maybe you know better. Let's try it out. The little vise is not built for this. Yes, it's working. And it doesn't smell anything. It's sawdust everywhere in the room now. But let's have a look at the power meter and see how much it consumes. It peaks and it drops down to 1 kilowatt. If we compare that to the vacuum cleaner, the vacuum cleaner is around 1500 watts. And now this chainsaw is working quite nice. Let's bring it back. Hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for watching.